Hello and welcome. I'm Ray, and this is the B3 Horror Podcast, where we watch horror movies, either new, old, in between, and we talk about them. This week, I'm going to be talking about a movie that was actually from 2024. However, it is getting its just desserts, getting its flowers, as the kids would say, and getting its own new release, feature release. And that is Gunfighter Paradise, written, directed, and produced by Jethro Waters. Jethro, who is pretty well known for his critically acclaimed documentary F11 and Be There about Burke Uzzell, who is a very well-known photographer who actually shows up in this movie. But he's been an American photographer for 65 years. So very, very well respected. Movie was well received, highly anticipated fiction, full fiction release for Jethro Waters. And what a winner, honestly. I don't have a time. I want to say it's in about an hour 25. I'm not sure. I don't have a list on here. I should know. I'm so sorry. I wonder if some of the press release has it. It doesn't have it here. So it's around an hour and a half. But this movie is very much, I'm not going to get into too much of it because I think there are things I could spoil and I'd rather not. I want you to go into this just as, I don't think you should know a lot. I think you should go in kind of not knowing too much about it. I think that's why I think the summary is perfect. So giving you a little bit, we do a compliment sandwich on this podcast where we say something we liked about the movie, maybe we say something we didn't care for as much, which is usually the meat, and then we end on a high note and bring back something else we liked, a bottom bun. So for my top bun is actually going to be the Southern Gothicness of it all. I adore folk horror. I adore Southern Gothic horror. I love it all. I love where the history is actually the ghost that's haunting this, haunting the land, the person in this case, or, it's guilt. Guilt is haunting this man and haunting the land and the home and everything that goes along with it, which is very much a through line through most of Southern Gothic horror movies. A lot of times it takes, they refer to themes of slavery, of plantations, of those things, of decaying, of, the kind of how lost, a lost way of time, and how we've come, it's like battling back against history. In this case, we also, a lot of times with Southern Gothic horror, we deal with religious extremism, which we definitely get in this movie. There are many themes of Christian militarism. I am having a really hard time with militarism in general. Christofascism. Those are both play a very big role into determining whether or not our lead character, Stoner, who is the person who returns home, is actually losing his mind, or it's all just built up by, mainstream media, blah, 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 that sort of thing, your generalizations. It's extremely, but it stays to that idea of theming of that Gothic horror of, the characters, even the bad, the quote unquote bad guys, are twisted by this this grotesque, fanaticism. And in particular, one scene in particular moved me. I was so it scared me more than the rest of the movie, honestly. And that part was, we have Stoner, and this, another reason why I love Southern Gothic horrors is it's no one bats an eye when there's just two Confederate reenactors just chilling in this house, the Civil War reenactors, and then there's the cable guy just comes and stays for the rest of the movie. It's kind of and everyone's just kind of hey, what's going on with Stoner? No one says anything. No one's kind of well, should we get him some help? No, they're just kind of the wacky side characters, and it works. But at this point, Stoner and Joel, who's the cable guy, are driving to get a couch. Of all things, they need a couch, which is a baller couch, FYI. And as they're driving past their neighbors, next door neighbors, all of these men, and it's men in particular, white men, are coming out to meet his truck at the end of each driveway, ammo to the teeth. Like AR-15s, assault rifles, they're just there. I mean, it's scary. It was frightening to me. I was like, is this where we're moving as a country? And it's that fear that you have there, that disquiet, this, that is more terrifying than a lot of the other stuff in this movie. It does come to a head at the very end. And again, I'm not going to spoil anything because I really think you should watch this film. But I think that Jethro Waters did a fantastic job of subtlety, which is, again, what makes Southern Gothic horror work, because you don't have to beat somebody over the head. We don't need to get beaten over the head to understand what you're trying to say here. And I think if you're not getting it, you're not paying attention. And I also think the other thing I like about Southern Gothic horror movies, in particular, I also like folk, which, it depends. Folk to me is like anything that's, in rural areas. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, or just in general, like coming from like from nature. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Southern in particular. But what I really like about folk horror is that feeling of the theming of the unreliable narrator. I saw this in particular in the movie The Wind, where you couldn't really believe any of the lead characters because are they really seeing the devil? Like, are they really seeing demons? Are they really possessed? And that's kind of what you get here. Stoner himself is kind of an unreliable narrator because you don't know necessarily if he's losing his mind or not. You can't. It's the other movie that I equate this to is a little bit of Frailty, which is with Matthew McConaughey. I can't remember who else is in it, but I remember that movie moved me just because I was like, is that instance where are these people who believe that they're seeing demons, are they right? And that's kind of what you're getting here too. Is his mind disintegrating, or is he just really seeing life for the first time? Is he seeing the demons for the first time, or is he seeing what he needs to do? And I kind of like that about this movie. It's very open-ended, ambiguous. There's not much to say that I didn't like about this, not much at all. I thought it was very well. I mean, they use their money well here, I think. I mean, it's such a compact little film. You're moving from day one. Like, so what I want to end on is a kudos to not only Jethro Waters, because kudos to you, sir, but also our lead here, Stoner, played by, I'm so sorry. I'm going to ruin your name, and you can feel free to find me on our website and yell at me. But that's Braz Kubas, Brazcubas. So apologies, Braz, if I'm saying your name incorrectly. But you were fantastic. I thought you were fantastic for looks to be first feature film or first. I mean, he only has one credit, and it's this movie, and I'm kind of blown away. This is a character from moment one is in makeup, is in what's the word I'm looking for? But camouflage makeup, like hunting makeup for the entire movie. But he does so much with his eyes, even behind all of that makeup, that there's so many shots of he does have beautiful eyes that are so expressive that we get what he's trying to convey without a word. And it works so well. And I also think the camaraderie between the characters, because I'm assuming all of these people know each other, all of these actors, all the production, I'm assuming this gave me feelings of like Halloween or like Texas Chainsaw, where it's a bunch of friends who got together and made a movie, or it's somebody who had a bunch of people that they knew in the industry and was like, hey, would you come do a movie for me? And it's made with love, and you can totally feel it. You can tell everybody was here for a reason. But I think everybody did a great job. Like I said, the mother is played by Jessica Hecht, who played Susan from Friends. So that's not her only, but that's what everybody's going to be like, oh, yes, from. She's wonderful as mom who passes away, who in her own way leaves this mystery that I thought was very clever of her, of how she codes her message to him. Yeah, I was charmed by it. It's funny. There is comedy in it, but I will warn you, it's not like ha ha ha, like, oh, belly laughs funny. It's Southern comedy. It's Southern folk Gothic horror comedy. So that means it's there to relieve tension, but it's never going to be the focal point. And I think it works really, really well. Like the whole aspect of the couch, having the couch, is comedic in its own way. Does in essence unveil the main thesis of the movie, or what's actually happening by doing this trip to get this couch. But it's such a weird little, like, it's quirky. And I think that's the only way I can describe Southern Gothic comedy, like Gothic horror comedy, is quirky. And it works. It quirks. Anyhow, I'm sorry. But so I would say totally recommend. You can get tickets. You can find out where it's filming, or where it's showing at gunfightermovie.com. Go there. That's the film's website. You can get tickets directly from the website. Like, I don't know how full release we are going to be with this movie. Again, it came out, this is its first feature release for this movie. But the other thing I want to recommend, or I want to illustrate, is, speaking of illustrate, is this beautiful poster for the movie. It's painted by famed Italian movie poster artist Renato Casaro. He does a beautiful job on this movie poster. Those of you who don't know Casaro's work, Flash Gordon, for a few dollars more, Dune, Conan the Barbarian, Army of Darkness, First Blood, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, all movie artwork you would know. And this I thought did such a great job of bringing home what this movie means. So I would say 100%, 2 thumbs up. Catch it when you can. Hopefully it'll be streaming soon, so if those of you who can't get to the theater to see it will be able to catch it at home. But other than that, I would say totally recommend, again, gunfightermovie.com. We are, like I said, a horror movie podcast. Our schedule's going to be is up a little bit of we're going through some transitions. So just follow us here, like and subscribe, hit the notification button below. If you've got those high points, consider dropping a few for us. That would be awesome. It does help with the algorithm. Down, as I like to say, in our downstairs area, you can find all of how, places to find us, all of our social media, all that stuff down in our downstairs. But until next time, keep it spooky, boogin'.